You're watching EAC News. Thanks for joining us. And now for a look at news making international headlines this Monday, 2nd May.
U.S. House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi said America stands with Ukraine until victory is won at a news conference in Rzeszow, Poland on Sunday, May 1st. Do not be bullied by bullies. If they're making threats, you cannot back down, said Pelosi, the highest-ranking U.S. official to visit Ukraine since Russia invaded on February 24th. She condemned Russian President Vladimir Putin's diabolic invasion. If Putin uses unconventional weapons, including chemical weapons or strategical nukes, all bets are off, said Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Gregory Meeks at the same news conference. Moscow says its action aims to disarm Ukraine and rid of anti-Russian nationalism fomented by the West. Ukraine and the West say Russia launched an unprovoked war of aggression. Pelosi's delegation is set to meet with Polish President Andrzej Duda and other senior officials on Monday, May 2nd.
If they're making threats,
a military junta in Guinea said its transition back to civilian rule will probably take more than 3 years, a proposal likely to upset West Africa political bloc that has called for a swift return to constitutional orders after last year's coup. Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya, the head of the junta that took power in September, told state television late on Saturday, April 30, that after political consultations, he was ordering a transition of 39 months, the first month he has proposed a timeline. The CNOD, the National Release and Development Committee, and the government in turn will submit to the CNT, the National Transitional Council, which serve as a parliament. This proposal, which is the result of extensive and patient consultations, Doumbouya said in the televised address from Bofa, some 120 kilometers west from the capital, Conakry. Guinea former president Alpha Condé had been detained since last September when special forces troops overthrew him on allegations of fostering endemic state corruption. However, Condé was released in late April. Then, interim government said on state television, military leaders have snatched power in Mali, Burkina Faso, and Guinea over the last 2 years, raising concerns of a backslide in democracy in West Africa that over the past decade had begun to seed its reputation as a cope belt. The copes have put the countries at odds with the region's main political and economic bloc. The Economics Committee of West African States, ECOWAS, which is trying to put power back in civilian hands.
UNHCR Special Envoy and U.S. actor Angelina Jolie visited a railway station in the Ukrainian city of Lviv on Saturday. Jolie met with and spoke to volunteers about the trauma of war and the support they had been given, especially to children.
I know that just having somebody show how much they matter, how much their voices matter, I know how healing that.
One volunteer had described how in a 24-hour period there could be 15 people that needed help. She ended her visit short when an air raid sirens blast. As she rushed out to safety, fans couldn't help themselves from asking for her selfies. At one point during her visit to the station, she tickled a small girl dressed in red who laughed out in delight. The UN Refugee Agency is expecting some 8.3 million people to flee Ukraine this year, revising up its previous projection. More than 12.7 million people have fled their homes in the past 2 months, including 7.7 million people displaced internally and more than 5 million who have fled over borders, UNHCR spokesperson Shabia Mantou told a UN news briefing.